Hi everyone, Amy here with Campbell Creations, and today we are going to do another 3-piece set. This is going to be a fun one, a little different. I've been working on this for a little bit, okay? I've been working on this since about the same time I was working on the Crackle. So what we're going to be using for this is, first we're going to use that little sea glass that came in June's Bargain Bead Box. We're going to be using the little 8mm Crackle agate, and that came from Tropical Heat, so that was last month's box. That's what I have left of it. Well, what I'm using today is what I have left of it. And then I'm going to be using these little green fire polished rondelles, and they came in the month before that, the Tree of Life. And I ordered extra of those because I just love them. They looked really good with that purple too. But have those. I'm going to be using some little hematite spacers. I have some link rings, and I got these in all different sizes from Amazon. I'll link those below. But they are open. It's kind of hard to find the opening on some. On that one I see it, but on some of them it's very hard to find the opening. But they do open. They will go back together. I try not to open them very much if I need to open them, just because I'm going to use a little bit of a bigger size lobster clasp, and I haven't tested it yet, so okay, we're good there. And this chain, I got this chain from Amazon. It came in a small amount of silver and gold, so I have it in both. And I like the links on these, so all the links are twisted and kind of gnarled, but they're different. You know, there's the smaller ones and the bigger ones, and I thought that this went really well with the ring. So I think those go really well together. So we're going to be using that. And then with our focal down here, I'm using another one of those rings, and I have put 2 little oval jump rings on it already because that's what I want to use to connect it to the necklace itself. And I have just a few of the little links here of the chain, and this is the exact amount of links as well I'm going to be using here in a few whenever we do the earrings. So a little bit more of that chain in here, and dangling from that chain we're going to have our little green sea glass bead, and then I want just one of these Crackle agates hanging down. I don't want too much going on with this because it's already going to have, you know, just a lot of statement in these colors alone. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. So I think I covered it all. Let's get going. So let's start with our focal here. And so I'm going to first, let's put this guy on our chain. So I'm going to get one of, or a couple of, my jump rings out here. Oh, I have a couple that's open. Okay. And I want him to hang on the middle one. I don't want him too far up, too far down. I want him to hang just over that green glass bead, just over it. A little squish to him there. And then at the bottom, we're going to go ahead and hang this. Okay, get him on there. And I'm trying not to allow this video to be too awful long. Sometimes, there we go. Sometimes I can chat and make things really long. Now this top one, it does open. I actually do think I want to open it and put it directly onto that ring. So let's open that little guy there. Let's put him on. So I changed up, actually my husband helped me to change up my lighting here, and it also, I changed up a little bit on my view. You'll have to let me know what you think of this angle. I'm thinking I need to come up a little bit more, but I'm curious to know what you guys think there. So that's all it's going to be here for our focal. All it's going to be. Okay, so we're going to get this started. Let's move these to the side. I want both of my little jump rings to come here through the center, and I want to make sure, yes, I want to make sure that that is hanging in the front. So that's good. Now, I want one of these hematites on either side. You know I like that kind of thing, so just have them on there. And then I am going to do each side with one of our little green rondelles. And then we're going to do bead caps with these crackle beads. And people are shooting fireworks. Fourth of July time. What are all of you doing for 4th of July? For some, they go away for 4th of July, go and visit family, go and have vacations, and others just like to stay in and just have little fireworks at home. Let's see. Yeah, I want to do it that way. Okay, so now we're going to do one of our glass beads on either side. And then I want to do a hematite on each side of that. Okay. And then we're going to do our series. So at this point, we're going to do bead cap, crackle bead, bead cap, one of our little rondelles, and then we're going to come right back up through with that little crackle bead. And I love that these little bead caps, they look like little flower petals or little leaves, which goes so well with this. Then I'll go ahead and finish off this side. So we'll do another one of these. Green bead and another one of these little hematite guys. Okay. Now, other side. It's one of those things, you know, when you change something up, you don't know if it's going to be for the better or not, but at first it's just different, and so you're just not sure. It's just different. There he is. I was having a heck of a time seeing that one. This lighting is a whole lot better quality lighting. I'm gonna need some more hematite, but it is different. I put some chain in with my little hematite beads. There we go. Okay. One of these. Last little glass guy. And another one of these. Cute, cute. So then from here, we're going to have these guys and then chain, right? I think that'll be cute. So let's close him off. I'm actually going to switch him to the other side, and we're going to get out some crimp tubes. So there we go. So, you know, I got back very late from this last trip and didn't really get any sleep. Had to go into the office. You know, we go into the office, and I wasn't there 3 hours, and my computer died as if the battery was dead. Battery should not have been dead. Would not turn back on. Ended up being the little port that goes to charge the battery. Something went out in it and it fried the battery. So it's been a crazy couple days of restoring computers and craziness. And then being in, typically I'm not in the office. Typically I work from home. We go in the office sometimes, and of course we travel during the summer. But I've been in the office all day, every day since then, and it's been different. Well, for one, I have a really good setup here at home. My husband's pretty techie, and he has me hooked up. So I don't have that kind of setup at the office. So I like being home with my monitors and my stand-up desk and, you know, what I'm used to as well. It comes down to comfort. Oh, Amy. And then sometimes these things happen. This is why you have a bead bug, Amy. That's why. I even had it out. You saw I had it out. Okay, I don't want this much of a tail, right? So I was attempting to fix that, and I think I was talking too much. Imagine that. All right, magical crimper time, friends. So again, we don't care if he looks kind of silly for a moment. We're gonna get this set, right? This is set. Then I'm going to give it enough of a tug to make sure that it comes down in. Give it a tight squeeze. Turn it 90 degrees. Tight squeeze. Ooh, this is a strong crimp. That was tough. And then now we're just going to go around. So I am home now, working. Got back today with a new computer and all of my data, which is crucial. Okay, I didn't give that a tug test, so I wanted to make sure to do that. So that's going to be very, very helpful. Very helpful. I get a whole lot more work done from home. It's just super efficient. And we're one of those companies, you know, like so many others, that everyone was in the office until COVID. And then it became quite efficient for the company, for the employees, for us to all be at home. And so I'm thankful for that, because I do work a lot, and, you know, years ago that was done at the office. I'm not going to hold a tail for him. I'm just going to bring him down in here, but we're going to make sure that he's twisted up really good. Not too good, but good enough to know that he's going to have wiggle room without having too much. Okay, so we're going to get this magical crimper set. I'm not on anything. Give it that tug. Squeeze real tight. Turn it 90 degrees. And you can see, because you see that point that's this way, that's what tells me it's 90 degrees. I'm looking at that to point at me. One side or the other, just point at me. Make sure nothing's in there. I let it turn on me. He's not 90 degrees. There he goes. All right. So now we'll keep going around. Why does it storm when I do tutorials? It's storming again outside. There we go. Good tug. Let's trim him off. And we'll take a peek here. So I like him. That's mighty pretty. Okay, so let's do a little more work here. So I'm going to put these little links on. Pardon me. And see this one. Sorry. Again, I'm a little different here on how I'm going. So on this one, I can easily tell where it's at. I'm gonna grip side to side as close as I can because I want it to just open just enough. I don't want it to open too much, but I don't want to jump ring this. I want it to go on here. Okay, but I'm gonna leave him open because we're gonna connect him to the chain. So I'm not gonna open him twice. So this one we can tell as well. Come really close. Side by side. This is another reason why I love these pliers. Little pull. That should be enough for our chain as well. So we'll put him through here. And then we'll set it aside. Now on this chain we're going to have it. This is going to be a little bit longer, right? So this chain's at like 12 inches, we see here. And we've got a good length here. I wanted this to be longer. I want it to be down. Yeah, I think it'll be cute that way. So I want to make sure, because these are different types of texture, I want to make sure that they're starting with the same type, right? So if I had one of these that was up here, I would probably take it off. That way we know we're starting with the same. We're going to come down through. See, on this one it doesn't look like there's an extra. So when I come down through, oh, there is an extra. Sweet. And that extra happens to be one of these little textured guys. So we can just get him out of there. Ah, this is a little tougher. And typically I'm not using these pliers for tough stuff. But boy, I love that angle. There we go. We did it. We did it. Okay. So, oops. While these are open, let's get that in here. And I want to hear that grinding. Did you hear that grinding? Let's get it a little closer. Actually, I'm going to swap out one of these for the tough stuff. Okay, so oh, where are you at now, little buddy? There he is. Okay. And I'm just going back and forth and back and forth and pushing while I do until that gap is just grinding. There you go. Then we'll do that other side. Almost there. There you go. I don't know if you can hear the grinding or see it. Hopefully you can see it. He still has a little bit of a gap. Yeah, he could catch, so let's work a little more. We don't want him to catch, but I also don't want to jump ring that. I really don't want to. All right, let's see how we do now. That's pretty. Yeah, I like that. I really like the flow of it. And see, this would be out more. Okay. Let's finish him off. So our youngest son will turn 17 tomorrow. He's an almost 4th of July baby. Good kid. He's a real good kid. And one of his gifts for his birthday is, while we're on vacation, he'll get to go out to sea and watch sharks. And he has always been, for one, a fisherman. This, you know, I put a jump ring on here. You don't have to use that jump ring. It can go right on here. Let's take that jump ring off. That was kind of silly of me, right? I'm just so used to jump ringing. But anyways, usually when we go on vacation, he will, if we don't drive, if we fly, he will spend all of his spending money to get enough of what he needs to be able to fish while he's there. And then he gives his stuff away the morning that we leave or the day that we leave. He'll watch for someone that looks like they deserve it or just catches his eye or, you know, something. And then he decides who he's going to give all of his stuff to. So he's pretty cool. And I think he'll love that for his birthday. By the way, he doesn't know about that. Don't tell him, okay? All right. Love, love, love this necklace. I was hesitant. I didn't want it to be too overbearing, but I really wanted to pull in these colors, and I like all of these colors together. I really do. So there's that. How about we make the bracelet to go with it? So with this bracelet, I wanted the focal part that's just going to sit here. I wanted that focal part to be small. I didn't want to take a chance on it, you know, bunching up here on the side because these are pretty thick. I wanted it to stay just here on top, but still wanted it to be pretty everywhere else. So what I think we're going to do here is we're also going to pull in a couple of these link rings, and then from these link rings, we'll have chain for the other side of it. Okay, and in between each of these we'll have some dangles, and so I wire wrapped some here. I went ahead and wire wrapped them because I didn't know how long this video was going to be, And I usually save one to wire wrap, but I just did not this time, sorry. I will wire wrap next time. Okay, and I don't know why I got 2 sets of wire guardians out, but who knows. All right, so we're gonna get started here, and I need my wire. Okay, so I'm at the end of the rope here. I'm at the end of the line on my Flex Right 21 strand and clear. And I think I'm going to try soft flex. I've never tried soft flex stringing wire. I've just used their crimp tubes before. This doesn't need to be, oh, we do need the wire guardians. Okay, this doesn't need to be too awful long, but I need enough room for those wire guardians. Okay. So I'm going to give a little extra room here. And then we're going to have to do a couple tutorials just on making earrings with the leftover wire that I have to cut off. That should be fun. That should be lots of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and let's cinch up one of our ends, and then we'll string it. So we'll jump back in here because I didn't get out 4 last time. I only got out 2. There we go. All right. Get out our magical crimper here. Put on a crimp tube. Wire guardian. Make that tail a little shorter. Very good. And let's go ahead and put on this little guy, our little link. I'm squeezing that wire guardian there, just squeezing it down a little bit. Then we'll get out our crimper. Put him in that crevice. Make sure our stuff's out of the way. Good squeeze. 90 degrees and a good squeeze. Just go around here. He's wanting to spin on me, but I know he's got something in there that's going to give me resistance. There we go. Now we have our little bead. Okay. So here's how we want to do this. We want to put one of our hematite disc spacers on. On each of the 2 ends, I do want to put the tip end there, just because, I don't know, it makes it look smaller on that side. And then we're going to go hematite, maybe. Hey, buddy. Okay, we're going to go hematite, and then we're going to put on some dangles. So let's put on one of our small little bicones. These are just itty bitty little bicones that I wire wrapped. So a bicone. Let's go ahead and do our crackle bead. I only wanted one of him in there, or else he would be too much. One of our little green rondelles, like we used in the necklace. And then I'm going to go another one of these guys, and another one of the green ones. And then we'll do a hematite spacer disc. Okay, so we have this little scrunchie here of cha-chas. I like to call them cha-chas. I had heard someone call them cha-chas. I do not know who it was, but it was a while ago, and it stuck. It stuck. Making little cha-chas. All right. So we'll do hematite. Then we'll come in here and we'll do the same. So we're going to put one of our little guys here. Our crackle bead. Our green rondelle. Our little baby bicone. And green rondelle. Hematite spacer. And then for our last one, remember we want the point to go outwards. So we're going to put him on. The last thing that goes on here is this hematite spacer. So it's just a little thing, right? But it's going to set perfectly right on top of your wrist. It's going to fit just right. Okay, so let's put crimp tube, our wire guardian. Go ahead and put on our, hello. Go ahead and put on our link ring. Bring it down some. Now let's see if we're going to go down through here. Sure. Making sure I'm pinching this. Okay. Now let's get him set. So I want there to be room between our dangles. Just enough room so that they dangle. If this gets too tight, those are going to stick straight up from your wrist, and you don't want that. Now, you don't want a bunch of wire showing, but you want to make sure that there is some movement, right? More than just regular movement. Okay, so I'm going to pull this. It's not on anything. Give it a hard squeeze. Turn it 90 degrees. Boy, that makes it tough with that link ring I put in there. Sorry, guys. Give it another good squeeze. Then we're just going to go around. Make sure he stays in that little divot. Okay. Good tug. Nothing's moving. That's the goal. If it did move, we'd redo it. Not a biggie. It'll be okay. Here's the thing. Sometimes when you have to redo something, you end up making it way better the next time. Like, oh, I would have missed thinking about doing that if I didn't have to redo this whole necklace. Yeah, I've been there, done that. But it was pretty nice. So we have the link rings on there. Simple as this. I'm going to take one of these sides. I'm going to connect it here. And then I'm going to put our lobster clasp on this side, and he'll hook on over here. All there is to it. So let's open up this little guy here. And I haven't opened and closed one of the little ones. We'll see. Yeah, that's not bad. Do I need to open it more though? Yeah. I don't want to open it too much. There we go. He's good. Now we'll have to jump ring here for our lobster clasp. So we'll get him on there. We'll connect him on here. And we'll close him up. Okay. Now, when he closes on the other side, he just hooks to the ring. That's so cute, right? Love it. So now we have our little bracelet, and let's do some earrings. So one of them I've already made, and just like our dangle that's right here, I just wanted one single crackle bead to be right there next to the glass, right? I wanted the silver to be its own little statement, and that's what's happening here. I'm so sorry I'm out of frame. So that's what I'm looking for. So it's super, super simple. So I have a little head pin here. Did I do, yep, I did the point up. Okay, and I'm just going to make a simple loop. We shall trim him off. And we'll roll him up. Just roll it back, flip your wrist, roll it a little more. Easy peasy. Okay, then we'll open him up. Put him on the bottom link. We'll close him up. Grab another jump ring. Our other set of pliers. And we'll jump ring him right on. So just like the other one, he's just hanging there. We're going to put on our ear wire, and we do know the front from back on this. There's a difference. Oh, and I got these ear wires from Bead Box Bargains as well. Oh, I think I still have the original package with some of them in it. So one sec here, and maybe I can get that out and show you. I like these ones. The ones that have, it looks like they were hammered a little bit flat. I like them. These are our little earrings. Like them, I like them, I like them. Let's see. So a chunk of my, hey, it's right there on top. So a chunk of my ear wires are in here. This one is ear 186. That's one I used today. I have lots of different types in here, but I really like those ones that's flat like that. I like them a lot. I also really like containers. I kind of have a problem with containers. I really, really like containers. So here is our set. Let's bring this down a little bit. And we'll see. If we don't like this angle for the next one, we'll change it up. But this is our 3-piece set today. I'm happy with it. It took me a little bit to get here because I didn't want it to be too overbearing, but I desperately wanted to use these beads and I wanted to put them together. So I hope you like this today. I really hope you like this. If you do like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're new and this is your first time to my channel, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, bye.